Okay, Mauro, first of all, could you please tell us just a few things about your impressions in Moscow? It's not your first visit, but maybe it's the first time when you spent really some significant amount of time at our department. And so you met many people from different labs and also many young people. Maybe you can share your impressions about it.
Okay. Uh, so, well, okay. Maybe let me start by saying that it's the second time in Moscow, and I really like the city. It's really nice. It's really nice to walk, and there's a lot of parks. The area of the department is really nice. And then now coming to the scientific part, it was a really nice week. So first of all, everybody was really kind. Everybody was really friendly, and I chatted with a lot of people. I basically got to know everybody that it's more or less in my area. I mean, broadly speaking, and I discussed with you a lot, and I think we progressed a lot. It was really nice giving the seminars because people are really interested in. They ask a lot of questions, which is something that not always happens, but they're always friendly. I mean, they ask a lot of questions, but always like they really want to understand, which is really nice. And also the students had a lot of really nice questions during the seminars. So they were not intimidated, which is nice. And they asked questions because they really want to understand, which is great. Uh, then we discussed with your students, and I think they are carrying really nice work, and they really seem passionate about their work and their research, and it was really nice to talk with them and see if we can do something together in the future.
Great. Maybe you can say a few words about your research field and do you think it's kind of well presented in Moscow, or did you find many people with whom you could find intersection points?
Sure. Okay, so broadly speaking, I'm in dynamical systems. So dynamical system is a very big area. It's basically everything that has an evolution of a long time. So whatever this means. So it's a very big area. Of course, traditionally, Russia has a very big school. I mean, several schools actually in dynamical systems, and uh, then the nice thing about dynamical systems, especially the type of dynamic system that I do, is that you interact with many nearby fields. So this means that when you talk with somebody, you almost surely have something to talk about. So I could discuss maths with many people in adjacent areas. So maybe people in geometry, people in more more probability theory, and people also in analysis. So I mean, I can talk with people in many areas, and I discussed a bit with people in other areas. So, for instance, I was talking also with people in statistical mechanics, and it was nice because we could understand a bit what we were doing. And okay, maybe we'll not collaborate in the future, but we can still discuss. And you never know. Sometimes you hear ideas from people in completely other field, and they're super useful. So it was nice because everybody was open. I mean, also people in nearby fields that were not like, oh no, you're not doing our thing, so I will not discuss with you because it's irrelevant. So they were really nice, and they discussed with me. It was really interesting.
Great. So the last question is that you are currently based in Colombia, but you had also quite interesting educational experience because you studied in Italy and in the UK, and you worked in Italy apparently. And so now you are visiting many places, including Russia. What do you think is kind of the same among all these mathematicians, and what is different? What is specific, say, in your current country in Colombia, and what is specific in Russia in this sense?
Well, that's a difficult question. What to say? So what is general? I think that people in general in maths, you know they like to work hard somehow. They like to really understand the problem. So they usually, I mean, okay, there are some counterexamples, but in general, people, they really want to get to the bottom of things. So they spend a lot of time on something, and they get really passionate about. And it's nice because at the end, there's a more or less clear cut answer. So that maybe people fight a lot when they're discussing things, but then in the end, everybody settles on the answers. What is specific? Well, I mean, of course, I mean, Russia is traditionally a huge school in maths, so you can tell by the level here. I mean, the students, the faculty, they are used to be really center of mathematical world. I mean, one of the centers of mathematical world, and you can tell, you can see. I mean, here, for instance, this is a very huge. I mean, it's a big department. The building is big. There's a lot of professors. There's a lot of students. It's not something that you always get. About Colombia, I mean, Colombia, it's a mixture. You know, it's a big country, and I would say that there are people that are really keen in studying, and also there are some connection, right? I mean, with Colombia and Russia, because it used to be, you know, a lot of people from Colombia would come here, and vice versa. And still, I mean, they don't need visa, so they come easily. So I would say that this is maybe striking about Russia, that, you know, there's a very, very big and important tradition, you can tell.
Okay, thank you. I think we can make them just a summary of what was said.